Welcome. In front of me is a OPPO Reno 15F, and today I will show you how you can hard reset this device through settings. So, before I get started with the reset, I do want to quickly mention that this will delete all of your data that is stored on the device right now. This will include things like photos, videos, contacts, messages, and so on. So I'll be quickly showing you how to back up your data in case you want to preserve it. If you don't care for this whatsoever, by all means, skip forward by like 7 minutes. But for people that do care about this, let's get into it. Now, there will be potentially 2-3 methods that you can utilize to do this. Some better, some worse. Now, it will depend on your circumstances. So I'm going to start off with the one that is going to be available for everyone, but one that potentially might not be the best for you. So anyway, we're going to open up settings first, and we're going to navigate it down to system and update and select backup and reset. And here you can select backup and migrate. So actually, well, let me go back. There's the other one that I was actually interested in. So the Google backup is the one that I'm going to start off with. Just not signing in. So if you are signed in to your account, you'll have your Google account, I believe, visible in here, but the 2 options will still be present at the bottom, like photos and videos and other device data. So these are the things that you could potentially be backing up, and in most cases you probably are, just because when you open up something like Google Photos application, it will pester you occasionally to back up your data, and it does it in a way that you sometimes just click on the damn button without unchecking it, just because it's done in a way that it's trying to get you to up and just agree to it. And the reason for that is Google is just trying to yoink all of your data so they can feed it to their AI models and sell it and so on. So it's beneficial to them to just siphon out any kind of data, even when you don't actually want to do it, but they will just repeat it till you actually do by mistake. In any case, so in here we have the photos and videos, and you can back it up if you want to. And you will be limited to 15 gigabytes of data, as this is your free kind of storage that Google gives you with every Google account. Anything above 15 gigabytes just gets left behind on the device and never backed up. Now, under other device data, if we click on here, we can see that it backs up things like contacts, call history, device, settings, app data, SMS, and MMS messages. There's, again, a lot of bullshit that Google basically wants to back up, just because it's data that they can monetize, which I just generally hate. And the only option that I would consider to be useful in here is the application backup, but that is actually not being done. The only thing that I find useful here isn't actually happening. So Google doesn't back up anything that didn't come from their Play Store. So that's kind of red flag number 1. And number 2, even when it came from their Play Store, this isn't a backup. Backup would imply that there's a copy being done of the data of an application that makes that application that is being created off of your device into the cloud. That is not the case. It is not backing up your apps like it says right here. It's backing up the memory of the fact that your device used to have this application. And it's as good as if you took a piece of paper and wrote down what applications you had installed on this device and then download them yourself. That's basically as good as this gets. And this becomes problematic if, for instance, I don't know, you downloaded user emulator and you're backing it up just because you want to, and you reset your device, but hey, in the meantime, that when you downloaded that application initially, like, I don't know, a year ago or so, when it was still available, between that time, the Nintendo Avengers of lawyers basically found the creator, and they assembled. And well, that application no longer exists on Play Store. And you still have it on your phone, which is fine because you downloaded it when it was still available, but it's no longer there. And you're backing it up for that frickin' purpose. Now, when you're restoring it, you're not going to restore that application because it was never actually backed up. Just the idea of the name of it was, and it's as good as, like I said, a sticky note from Google to Google. Re-download this application that was right here, but hey, Google can download the application from Play Store if it no longer exists there. So you can now see the problem. So in this kind of aspect, it's absolutely awful of a backup, and I just generally hate it because either it's designed to siphon out all of your data, or it's a shitty backup of things that it's not actually backing up that you'd actually want. So there are other options like the backup and migrate. So we can have the local backup. Now I have never actually used this, so I'm not sure if this would could possibly lock you into the OPPO ecosystem, so you could restore it only on other OPPO device. But like I said, I never tested it out, so I could be wrong. But it will be an option for you. But if you are backing it up and you're going to restore to other OPPO device, maybe a new one or something like that, then there's actually a better option, which is the clone phone. This is the name of the application, actually, clone phone. And if you have other OPPO, you can just open it up on that device and launch that application there, connect these two devices together and select that this is an old device, the other one would be a new device, and now you can freely move over all the data. It's never getting moved to the cloud, it's just being moved from one phone to another without like needing to go to the cloud. So these phones create a connection between each other, wireless one, and you can then select which data you want to move: contacts, call histories, messages, photos, videos, applications. And this process isn't discriminating based on where the data came from. If it's on a phone, it can be moved to another phone, and it's great in this aspect. And I do want to mention other manufacturers outside of this one also have their own version of these kind of applications. They do the same kind of process, but these applications from each one of these companies that actually has it allows you to move easily data from other brands to there and using their application between their brand. So that's why you can use the same application for moving OPPO to OPPO, but you wouldn't be able to use clone phone specifically to move data from this device to, for instance, something like Samsung. Samsung has their own application, and you're going to always use the application of the phone you're moving the data to. So that's why for OPPO you can use clone phone as you're moving to that. Now, for something like Samsung as an example right here, you would be using Smart Switch. That's what Samsung has as an application that does the same thing. And because this device doesn't have Smart Switch, when you're moving data to this one, like I said, you're going to be using the phone or the application of a phone you're moving data to. So in this case, you'd go to Play Store on this one, download Smart Switch, and again, connect these two devices. The process is basically the same and it works almost identically. And some other brands like Huawei has their phone clone application. OPPO and OnePlus have the clone phone. Xiaomi has Mi Mover. Motorola has Moto Move, I think, and that's all I remember. But you can obviously quickly check if the brand of the device you have supports or has their own application like that. Just search for clone phone application and then just add the brand of the device. And it will tell you if it uses something like that or not. And if it does, it will be installed on your device, and all you will need to do is download it onto this one. Anyway, with that being out of the way, we can now proceed with the actual reset. So what you would do is open up your settings, and in here, navigate again all the way to the bottom to System and Update, and then select again Backup and Reset, and select Reset Phone. From here, you're going to select Erase All Data. And this will bring up Permanently Clear All Data. And we have two options. We can erase data but retain eSIM, or we can clear everything including eSIM. Now, if you're using eSIM, this will depend if you are resetting it and you're going to go back to using this device, then you probably want to retain that eSIM. But if you're switching to a new device, you most likely will want to clear that eSIM. So I'm going to select Clear All Data right here. Gives you another message: clear all data. All data, including your eSIM information, will be permanently cleared. This operation cannot be undone, but won't cancel any mobile service plans. So obviously our data should be backed up right now, so this doesn't matter. So we're going to click on Clear, and this will now begin resetting your device. Now this will take about a minute to maybe up to 2 minutes, I would say, to finish up, and when it's completed, we will be presented with Android setup screen. So I'll be back once that is visible for me. And as you can see, the process is now finished and you can set up your device however you like. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.